Okay, so I decided to do the challenge problem because this is the one that if you can do this, then that means you should feel pretty confident about your algebraic manipulation skills. So what we see here is we have a square root sign up here for sure, and we also have a fraction where we don't have a common denominator. So we're going to have to use both of those skills of multiplying by the conjugate and also finding a common denominator. And again, we're looking for an x minus 8 to cancel out. Check for yourself. If you plug in 8, you're going to get 0 over 0, which is a whole. So we want to take the limit as we approach the whole. Okay, so first thing we're going to do, there's a couple different ways you can approach this. I'm going to multiply by the conjugate first. So what we have is we have a minus b, so we're going to multiply by a plus b. So we're going to multiply by a x minus 4 plus x over 4 over square root of x minus 4 plus x over 4. Okay, well, that is going to give us, okay, well, the square root signs cancel, so we get x minus 4. We have to square the whole thing. We get x squared over 16. Okay, x squared over 16. Okay, man, I'm like pretty self-conscious about this now because somebody pointed out how much I say k, and obviously Conrad kept track in class that one day. So now I'm realizing that I said k like 500 times in this video already. It's really throwing off my focus. Anyway, I'm going to do my best here. So that's what's on bottom, and then, on top, and on bottom we factor out our 2. So we get 2 times x minus 8, and then we're still multiplying it by all this garbage, x minus 4 plus x over 4. Okay, so we're going to have to find a common denominator now. So we want to be able to combine x minus 4 and x squared over 16, but we can't do it because we don't have a common denominator. So what we have to do is we have to multiply this whole thing by 16 over 16 to give it a common denominator. Okay, dang. All right, so what that equals is 16x minus 16 times 4 is 64. Minus x squared, that's all over 16, which is all over. All right, we got to do it again, all right, just because this is going to drive us crazy if we have to keep rewriting this, all right? So what we do is we say, all this garbage, that just equals blah. Oh my gosh, I can't even spell still. Blah. All right, so that way we don't have to keep rewriting it. And we'll put it back in later because we're not going to change it right now. This is my official permission for you to do this because it saves a lot of time. Okay, so we want to be able to factor this top part now. There's probably an x minus 8 hiding in there somewhere. All right, so we're going to reorganize this. We're going to move this negative x squared. We're going to move that to the front, because that's the way we like to see quadratics, and then we're going to factor out a negative at the same time. So what we get is, we get negative x squared. Okay, 16x was positive, so that's going to be negative now. And 64 was negative, so that's going to be positive. Sweet. That's over 16 over blah. Okay, so we're almost there. Now we just have to factor this top part, and we're going to put our blah back in because now we're going to find something to cancel. So I'm going to scroll over here. This is equal to negative x minus 8 squared, because this is a nice perfect square trinomial, which you all remember, I'm sure, over 16 over, okay, now we got to put blah back in because we are canceling our x minus 8. So blah is 2x minus 8 root x minus 4 plus x over 4. Okay, good news. We have, this is all multiplication. We have this times this times this. So we can cancel stuff. And what we want to cancel is we want to cancel our x minus 8. We have two of them up here, so we can only cancel one of them. And this is sweet because it doesn't actually matter what we're really left with, because remember, we're taking the limit as x approaches 8. And this is negative x minus 8 over 16 over 2 root x minus 4 plus x over 4. Okay, running out of room, which is not ideal, but what we notice is now that we've canceled out the whole, we can actually just plug in 8 for x. Whenever we see an x, we're going to plug in 8. Okay, so let's do that over here. Sorry about that. So what we get, and this is why this is so sweet, we get negative 8 minus 8. Oh, what's 8 minus 8? Uh-oh. 16, 2 times root 8 minus 4 plus 8 over 4. Okay, so we get 0 up here, divided by 16, which is just 0. So we have 0 divided by, well, this is going to be 2 plus 2 is 4, times 2 is 8. So we have 0 divided by 8, which is just 0. And our limit is equal to 0. That's our final answer. All that work for such a simple answer, but it was obviously worth it in the end, because when you get 0, you can always just throw a nice smiley face on there. All right, cool. So that's it for algebraic manipulation. I'm going to actually do a video on understanding limits. This is number 11 in the review guide, and then I'll move on to the graphing.